Okay, welcome again. Now we are on to the next shape, and it's going to be this almost square. So again, I'm going to transport the angle to find my angle. But first, I have to establish one very important thing, and that is where my eye is in relation to the box. So that'll give me my horizon line. So once again, this is what my horizon line is, where my eye is exactly, and what I am seeing. So as I turn here, I look at my box and I see that my horizon line will be close to the top, but not over the top of this box, close to the top. So now I draw my horizon line. Now, having done that, I now will look for the ground line. So I need for there to be a ground line. That means this part, and remember, for it to be 1-point perspective, you have to have a plane facing you. So now I'm going to see that this is roughly a square. If I measure it, it gives me the same dimension, about 10 inches. Since I don't want to occupy 10 inches here, I'm going to do something similar, but not exact. So I'm going to do my ground line, parallel always to my horizon line, taking my arbitrary measurement. Now I'm going to look for my angle, which means this angle here, the side angle, which is going to give me the vanishing point. Where is that line going? It's going to wherever my eye is on the horizon line. So I need to transport the angle. So remember how I did it. I put this vertically over here, and then I go down like a clock until I find that angle. And now that I've found that angle with one eye closed, I come over here to where my line is, and then I do this. And now with the pencil, I've given myself that angle. And now that angle is going to tell me where my horizon line is. I'm just following that angle. So now I'm doing this, and it takes me to my horizon line, and that's my 1-point perspective vanishing point. Okay? So now, again, the foundation first. I go to my other corner, I bring that over, I go to make sure it's on my vanishing point, and now I take that to my vanishing point. Now I almost have my foundation. I need for this to have a parallel in the back, and I need to see how deep that is, and then I'm going to do this roughly, and I'm going to get the back end. So now I've gotten my foundation of the box, the base, what keeps it held up. So I'm going to get rid of some lines which might confuse you. So we're leaving these. I have now my base. What do I have to do now? My front plane, which I know it to be 10 inches, because this is 10 by 10. Okay? So now I'm going to measure and come up with something as close as I can to that. Make sure it's parallel. So I rest it. It holds itself up. But I'm looking to see if it's parallel to my vertical lines. And now I'm bringing this up to where it should go, above my horizon line. Remember, my horizon line is below this part, right here. So this goes above my horizon line. So now I can measure remember, I can measure up and I can measure sideways, but I can't measure in depth. So now I have almost, now all I do is connect my top lines here. Now, sometimes line confuses us, so we try to erase as much as we can my charcoal pencil so it's not noticeable. Okay? Now I have my foundation and I have my front plane. Now I need to do my side walls. So I go up to here, that goes right to my vanishing point. Now I always try to make very clear the vanishing point. Goes down that way. I'm going to try to make it a little lighter so when I erase it, there's no problem. Okay? Now what is the next step? I go to here in order for these side walls to be good. Now, in this case, this might be troubling for you. So I'm going to take away my horizon line inside the box. I can leave it for outside where my vanishing point is. Now, I just take this straight up till it hits this. I take this corner because I know now where my back wall is, and I bring that up to until it hits this line. So let's try this first. I want it to be as parallel as possible, because if I move, it's going to give you different degrees, and then when you put the lines in the back, they're going to be tilted. You don't want that. So now I go to my internal back, and it's going to hit that other line. And it's going to be parallel to this outer line. Then I'm going to erase all the lines we don't need. There. Now I'm going to connect these two back lines. So now I have constructed my box in one-point perspective. So what I could have done also from the beginning is use my viewfinder to sort of organize me. I have my viewfinder now in my own, these crosshairs have always been here because I've used it so much. It's almost like if I give you an analogy of a goalkeeper. The goalkeeper knows exactly the size of the goal because he's somehow consigned it to his mind. Okay, so now I'm going to get rid of, by erasing, all excess construction lines, and I'm going to leave you with just, and even take these lines away so that you can see now a solid box, some of it below the horizon line, some of it above the horizon line. It's very important that this be done correctly with all the internal lines, otherwise it's going to be fictitious, it's going to look wrong. Okay, now if I want to darken these, I can just darken them so you see only the solid box. Oops, moved a little bit there. That line got a little bit sketchy here. Fixed. Do the back and the side. There is my box that you're seeing over there, below the horizon line and a little above the horizon line. 1 point perspective. Last one that I'm going to do for all of you is what? It's going to be the box above my horizon line and above my line of vision. So it's as if I'm holding the box in the air or it's floating. You're going to be able to see the bottom of it, the front, and the sides. Okay? See you soon.